Okay. Woo. We're live. We're live on Instagram up here, and we're live on Facebook just below. If any of you have tips on like video setup, let me know, because I really haven't figured out, like, there's a camera here and there's a camera there, and I obviously can't look at both. So yeah, if you have a way to go live on both Facebook and Instagram, please tell me how to do it and make it look seamless. Okay. Hello, hello, hello. I am Brittany Ross. Today we're going to be talking about lifestyle creep. We're going to talk about what it is. We're going to talk about what you can do about it. And we're going to talk about my experience with it. Who am I? I'm a homeschooling mom thanks to COVID, and I am a certified financial coach. I run an e-commerce business and have been running that business with my husband full-time since 2012. I've paid off over $170,000 in personal debt, and I live in rural Ohio on 13 acres, and it is absolutely beautiful today. So as soon as this is done, I'm heading out for a walk. Okay, lifestyle creep. What is it? So Investopedia, I've got a definition here. Lifestyle creep refers to the phenomenon where discretionary consumption increases on non-essential items as the standard of living improves. With lifestyle creep, luxury goods and discretionary spending become perceived as a right or a need and not as a choice, a necessity versus a want. So lifestyle creep is this concept that as your income increases, your lifestyle increases with it. And what ultimately happens is that you determine that your lifestyle is now a necessity. And so every time that raise comes, you bump up your lifestyle a little more, and it feels like a necessity versus, oh, well, I remember when I did what I lived with less. So you just keep, one goes up, one goes up, one goes up, one goes up. And so you end up feeling like I did, which is stuck. I always have to make this much money because this is how much it costs to live, versus, oh, well, I could actually make less money because I make this much and it costs me, how do I do this? And it costs me this much to live. And so that gap is a cushion and it makes me feel less stressed. So I was a sucker for lifestyle creep, completely unaware that it was a thing, completely unaware that it was happening. I'm sure that you've heard the term keeping up with the Joneses or keeping up with the neighbors. And so what happens is, as a society, we see a certain lifestyle around us, and then we perceive it as normal. And so we want that lifestyle for ourselves, and then we don't question it. We don't question the things we think are normal. So it's really important to gain some awareness of where you're doing this in your own life. So where was I doing it? First of all, I was never saving. I mean, I had like a little bit that went into a 401k in my early 20s, just because my mom was like, bah, 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 bah. You have to have a 401k. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Thank you for harping on that, because I still have investments. I digress. I upgraded clothing. I upgraded the groceries I bought. I upgraded our furniture. I upgraded electronics. I upgraded the jewelry I wore. I upgraded where we ate out. I upgraded how often we ate out. So every time that I got a raise, it was just more money to spend. Another raise, more money to spend. And so there was never any money left over at the end of the month. And that's how you go from, like, you're really excited that you got, like, wow, I'm making more money than I ever made in my life, to, why do I feel so broke? And that's where lifestyle creep has just kind of crept up and then ate up all of that money. So what can we do? And I published this blog this week about lifestyle creep, but I haven't published the second part, which is what can we do? One more to share with you before I do anything. I shared this in the blog. I got my first promotion, I want to say it was in 2004. I was at the jewelry store and I got promoted it was '04 going into '05. I graduated college in November of '04 to be an art teacher, and nobody hires art teachers in the middle of a school year. So I was working at the jewelry store as a salesperson, and they promoted me to assistant manager. I was now making more money as at the job that I was currently at than I would have as a first-year teacher. And let me tell you, all of that money got ate up. And in '05, we built our house. We moved in October of '05, and I used that promotion. And then I got a second promotion, like going into that next year, somewhere in there. And I used those promotions as an excuse, as the justification for going like $30,000 over budget. Because I was like, well, I make more money now. We can afford the payment. I did stupid with money. Before I was smart with money, I did stupid with money. So yeah, lifestyle creep is a real thing, and it can eat up money so fast before you even realize it, and then you can feel stuck. It's exactly what happened to me. Okay, what can we do about it? I just wrote down some of these. Let me grab my notes here. I just was going through and thinking, well, what can people do if they realize that they too have some lifestyle creep happening? What can we do? So number one, have goals that are written down, review them often, and then have those goals reflected in your budget. Making sure that you're budgeting for the things that you want, because if you don't tell your money where to go, it's just gonna mindlessly, like it'll just go somewhere. So you wanna make sure that you're the one telling your money where to go, and having written goals that you look at often will help you remember when you're tempted to buy something. Let me give you an example. Let's say there's another really cute t-shirt. There's another really cute shirt. You really want it. Super cute. It's $40. But you keep saying you want to go to Italy. Like you've got this big dream of going somewhere, and for you it's Italy. Do you want yet another t-shirt? Or do you want to put that $40 towards your goal that you've written down and that you're seeing daily? I like to use visuals. I know vision boards are super woo-woo for people. That's okay. But having a visual that you look at daily can help you when you're in those moments of temptation where you're like, I don't know, you know what? No, I don't need another damn shirt. I would rather go to Italy next year. So I'm going to take that $40 out of my checking and I'm going to transfer it straight to savings because I was about to spend it. So that's a fun game we play, but having your goals written down and reviewing them often, if not daily, at least weekly, so that you're always aware of them, and then your budget will reflect the things you want, and your money won't just fritter away. Okay, reward yourself strategically. If you get a promotion, hell yeah, yes, reward yourself. It doesn't mean you sign a 3-year lease. So be strategic about what are those rewards going to be? What are, maybe even have a little list somewhere in your notes on your phone or in your journal, just like the things you want. And it can be a fancy pair of boots or a handbag. It could be a vacation. It could be big and little. And then give yourself wiggle room. So always have a place in your budget for the fun stuff, because like a crash diet, if you deprive yourself of the things that feel good, you're just gonna binge them. Like you're just gonna lose that willpower one day and you're just gonna binge them, So always have a place in your budget. Always have a place in your diet for the things that are like sweet and nice. I don't have a diet. I just try and eat well. I try. But I am a sucker for a good Kit Kat. And it's Halloween time. There's so much candy everywhere. But reward yourself strategically. Pay yourself first. So you should always be doing this anyway. And I know many of you aren't. It's okay. We can start now. But pay yourself first. And so if you have a certain percentage that you automatically save, I take 10% of my paycheck and it automatically goes over to my savings account. When you get the promotion or the pay raise or the windfall, stick with your percentage. and just keep moving that money over. So that way your cushion's always there. Or if you are already really comfortable, as many of us are, and you get a windfall, a promotion, that pay raise, what if you took the whole entire chunk of it, give yourself a little reward, then took the rest of it and just started hurling it at your goals so that you could realize them faster? That's a really great way of like pushing back against that temptation to increase your lifestyle, is to just act like it didn't happen, but throw all that money towards the thing that's going to have a lot of impact for you. Maybe it's buying a home in a nicer neighborhood. Maybe it's buying a more reliable car. Maybe it is the dream vacation. Maybe it's starting the business, taking that side hustle and really taking it full time. Whatever it is for you, if you don't upgrade your lifestyle, you can take that money, use it towards the goal, and get there faster. And if the goal is to work for yourself, to have that freedom and flexibility of schedule, let me tell you, you don't want to upgrade the lifestyle. I would rather have less things, less gadgets, and more freedom of time. Just saying, don't go blow it on a bunch of stuff, because I want you to achieve that goal of working for yourself and having that freedom. Oh, okay. I'm not going to get up on my soapbox and start getting all passionate right there, because that one I feel for you. That one's important to me. Okay, it's okay to upgrade. Just do it slowly, gradually over time. So come up with a list of things that will actually impact your life in a positive way. How can you improve the quality of your life when you're upgrading? Because we're not all living with milk crate furniture anymore, right? Like maybe you are, maybe you're super stylish and it works, but like I was living off of ramen noodles in college. I don't do that now. I make more money. I upgraded. It's okay. You're doing it too. It's natural, but be mindful about it and make sure that your upgrades are impacting your quality of life in a good way, and that you're not locking yourself into something down the road. Don't upgrade the car. Like if you're going to upgrade to a more reliable car, it doesn't need to be brand new. Like there's a whole spectrum of vehicles in between. It doesn't need to be something that you're going to feel stuck to or handcuffed to. Do you feel me? Okay. What else did I write down this morning? Oh yeah. Surround yourself with like-minded people who are sharing similar goals. Peer pressure is super powerful. So make sure it's the kind of pressure that you want. Make sure it's the pressure that will push you towards what you want and not keep you from it. And have honest conversations with the people that are in your life that are most important to you. Tell them what you're doing. Tell them that you're getting on, you're developing your budget. You want to get out of debt. You really want to take the dream vacation. You want to start the business. Talk to them, because I am telling you, so many people, because money is a sensitive topic, and because we were shamed, most of us were shamed that you don't talk about it. It's rude. You don't talk about what you make. You don't talk about how much stuff costs unless you're telling someone what a good deal you got. We don't talk about money, but we all have things to talk about with money. So with your trusted people, bring it up and talk about what you're doing, because honestly, it might be a big relief to them to go, oh my God, I thought it was just us. So what are you doing? Tell me more about that. And it could open up a whole world of conversation that you weren't expecting. So surround yourself with people who share your goals and are like-minded in what they want to achieve. And if you need to, put up some boundaries around those people who the only thing that you have in common is going shopping or spending money or whatever it is. Try and surround yourself with people who will pressure you towards what you want. Okay. And the last one, and this one is not easy. None of these are easy, but this one tends to be, I think, the hardest. And that is to avoid comparison and avoid keeping up with the Joneses. And this includes the virtual Joneses too. So unfollow the accounts that tempt you to spend money on social media. Unfollow the accounts that make you feel less than or inadequate. The Joneses are broke. Like the flashy people, a lot of times behind those pretty pictures is a mountain of debt and some really stressed out, overwhelmed humans. So you need to live your life, not your neighbor's life, not your mom's life, not your sister's life, not your friend's life, your life. And that's going to take getting really familiar with what you want, so that it is a little bit easier to say, oh, well, that's really nice for them. I love that they went and bought a new boat. I don't want a new boat. I'd like to have friends with boats, but I don't want to take care of a boat. I don't want to have to pay to store my boat. I don't want to have to feel guilty if we're not using the boat this weekend. So when you see something that someone has, whether it's your neighbor, a friend or family member, or somebody online, ask yourself, well, is that what I even want? Because I promise you what you're seeing isn't the full picture. And it can be really easy to fall into that trap of comparing your life to somebody else's, especially virtually, especially when we get to crop it. And do you think that when I post a picture, you're getting the full, all the mess? Yeah, see all that mess back there? Look, I'm blocking it. I'm just saying that what you're seeing online isn't the full picture. So get really, really familiar with what you want in your life. And then when you see those fun toys and all the stuff that people are doing and you start to feel inadequate, ask yourself, well, what would it really take to own that? And then maybe you'll realize, oh no, I don't want a boat. I don't want all the stuff that comes with a boat. So here's an example out of my life most recently. Mike and I constantly talk about leaving the countryside. We live on 13 acres in southeastern Ohio, and we keep talking about moving closer to the city, closer to the airport, because we like to travel, closer to events and festivities. COVID, but in the normal times, all the events and festivities and learning opportunities that happen closer to the city, so that we have to drive an hour to get to the closest major metropolitan area. But where we live is a lot cheaper, so we get a bigger home and more property for less money. The property taxes are cheaper too. So when we're looking at houses in the metro area, we've got to think about, well, what are the property taxes? Because that's going to affect our payment. So what looks like a $1,600 payment might actually be closer to a $2,000, $2,200 payment, because there's also insurance. And we like having space, and we want to be near nature. We don't want to be in the city. And then we start realizing, well, those houses are pretty big and they're way more expensive. Oh, and one of life's little luxuries for us, because our cost of living is so low, we have a housekeeper that comes once a week. That'll be more expensive. So you see this train of thought of digging into, well, is that what we want? Because it would be an upgrade. It will cost more money. And then when the lifestyle costs more, the pressure comes to make that happen. Because as humans, we don't want to go backwards, do we? That's a blow to the ego. And there's something psychological there where we don't want to pull backwards. We don't want to downgrade. I want to dig in a little bit more in my own personal research, what the hell is that? But that's what lifestyle creep is. It's this, you get a little bit more money and you start thinking, what's next? What else? You've got comparison coming in. You've got, friends and family influencing you. Society influences you. Your own brain is wired for things to improve. We're always trying to make things better. It's kind of what we do as humans. It's just how we're wired. So we have to make sure that we're being as mindful about it as possible, because also as humans, we have conscious thought. So we can be a little bit more mindful about our consumption and about our lifestyle and about what we really want out of this short time we have here. That's what I got for you today. I talked about that way longer than I thought I was going to. I thought it was going to be like 10 minutes, and I've been going on for 20. Thank you for hanging out with me. And again, if you know how to multiple screen, I've got Instagram and Facebook happening. If you know how to make that all happen in one place and make it look seamless, so I'm not like looking up and down, please tell me your secret. I would love to hear it. In the meantime, I come on here once a week every Tuesday and teach about a topic with money. If you know somebody who could benefit from these conversations, or if you're wanting to have friends in your life that are having these conversations, like, share this video with them. Shoot this video over and be like, hey, I'm digging into this stuff and I'm really curious what your experience is. Send it to a friend and see what they think. Thanks for hanging out with me. Take care. Love you guys. Now I'm going to awkwardly turn off screens. Bye. And goodbye, Facebook.